When Keanu Reeves steps onto Vanessa Cross's talk show, the audience anticipates yet another one of his uplifting interviews. But Vanessa isn't interested in inspiration. She wants to challenge, provoke, and push Keanu into revealing his most vulnerable side. Yet, as Keanu settles into his seat, something feels off. Vanessa grips her cue cards with a sharp, knowing smile. What was expected to be a calm conversation could quickly spiral into something far more intense. But what Vanessa doesn't realize is that, within minutes, she won't be the one in control. Instead, she'll be left speechless. Because what Keanu is about to say will change everything, and no one in the audience will ever forget it. Before we dive into this story, let us know where you're watching from. And if you love stories like this, don't forget to subscribe because tomorrow, we have something special just for you. The studio is packed. Bright stage lights shine down, illuminating the set. At the heart of the vast auditorium, the crowd murmurs with anticipation, holding up colorful signs filled with admiration and gratitude. Among them, a few stand out. Keanu, you're our hero, and thank you for being you. Behind the scenes, producers and cameramen move swiftly, signaling that the long-awaited moment is seconds away. A silent countdown flashes on the monitors. Spotlights dance against the curtain backdrop, adding a cinematic feel to what's about to unfold. And then he appears. Keanu Reeves walks onto the stage, his steps calm, measured. His presence radiates a unique magnetism, an effortless simplicity that sets him apart from typical Hollywood stars. Dressed in a plain black shirt, a modest blazer, and well-worn jeans, he embodies humility. His dark hair falls naturally over his shoulders, and a soft, almost knowing smile plays on his lips. The audience erupts in applause. Some call out his name, while others simply watch in admiration. There's something about Keanu that soothes the soul, yet stirs deep emotions within those around him. He raises a hand in a humble gesture of thanks before settling into his chair, adjusting himself with ease. The atmosphere is electric, buzzing with both excitement and reverence. On the opposite side of the table sits Vanessa Cross. Her posture is rigid, calculated. A journalist renowned for her sharp, unflinching interviews, she is known for exposing weaknesses, extracting uncomfortable truths, and, at times, even dismantling reputations. Dressed impeccably in a fitted blazer, her hair tied back flawlessly, Vanessa grips a stack of question cards. Her gaze is analytical, almost predatory. A half-smile lingers on her lips, both professional and challenging. She studies Keanu for a moment before leaning forward, her voice firm and deliberate as she fires the first question. Keanu, you have fame, fortune. You could live like a king. Yet you choose to take the subway, donate millions, and avoid luxury altogether. Does that really make a difference in the world? A moment of silence sweeps through the studio. The audience shifts, some frowning at the provocative nature of the question, while others wait anxiously for his response. But Keanu? He remains completely unfazed, relaxed, unrattled. He pauses, reflecting briefly, then lifts his eyes to Vanessa with that same soft smile. Vanessa, have you ever thought about how many people feel invisible every day? A weight settles over the room. The energy shifts. The audience grows silent. Some expressions change, touched by the simplicity, the truth behind his words. Vanessa arches an eyebrow, caught off guard. He didn't just answer her question. He turned it into something deeper. But she isn't satisfied. Oh no, she has more. Flipping to the next card, she holds it between her fingers, her eyes gleaming with something almost ruthless. She hasn't played her trump card yet. Leaning in just a little more, she is ready to unleash a question that, in her mind, will finally crack Keanu's composure. But Vanessa has no idea that, by the end of this interview, she will be the one shaken to her core. Flipping through the question cards in her hands, Vanessa searches for something, anything, that might help her regain control. But suddenly, the words on those cards feel empty. The angles she had planned, the traps she had set, the psychological chess game of high-stakes journalism, none of it seems to matter anymore. Because this isn't a battle. Keanu has taken her meticulously crafted chessboard and turned it into something entirely different. Something bigger. Something she never saw coming. She thought she was conducting an interview. But Keanu? He had turned it into a conversation about life itself. And then, as she stares down at her notes, something shifts inside her. There is one last question she needs to ask. Something deeper. Something final. She lifts her gaze, and when she speaks again, her voice is barely above a whisper. And what if no one remembers you when you're gone? The weight of the question hits the air like a stone sinking into deep water. The audience barely breathes. For the first time in this entire segment, Keanu Reeves doesn't immediately answer. The atmosphere grows heavier. Vanessa's final question, delivered so softly, yet carrying so much weight, lingers in the silence. And what if no one remembers you when you're gone? It's the kind of question meant to unravel a person, to expose a hidden fear, to force them to face their own insignificance. But Keanu? He doesn't flinch. Instead, he smiles. Not a smirk. Not the polished grin of a Hollywood star. But something else. Something deeper. He takes a breath, his voice as steady as ever. The question isn't what they will remember about me. He pauses for just a moment, letting the words sink in. The real question is, what will they remember about you? A ripple moves through the audience. Soft gasps. A few people shift in their seats. Others exchange stunned glances. Because for the first time in this interview, for perhaps the first time in a long time, Vanessa Cross is the one caught off guard. The camera zooms in on her face. Vanessa Cross, the journalist who had built a career tearing down public figures, suddenly looks lost. Her lips part slightly, but no words come out. Her fingers tighten around the cue cards in her lap, yet she doesn't dare glance down at them. Because for the first time in this interview, perhaps for the first time in a very long time, she has no prepared answer.